Lev Ponomaryov was at least able to secure his furniture and his files after the Moscow municipality threw him out of his office. It claims his lease had expired. Ponomaryov denies that and says the government was behind the eviction. It wants to silence critical voices. What Ponomaryov does is advise citizens on their rights. The note he left on the door says, "I will be back."
We are seeing a downright hunt for human rights groups. They want to force us to declare that we are foreign agents. They are hunting us down. The two men who supervised the eviction were extremely rough. They said, "You have sung your final song and now we've got you. We are going to do with you whatever we want."
The eviction a few days earlier was on the news at a pro-Kremlin television station. The crew arrived unannounced and were anything but gentle. 7 of Ponomaryov's colleagues were injured. The 71-year-old himself got a black eye and bruises all over his body. There was no court order authorizing the eviction. Ponomaryov says it was therefore illegal. He appealed to the Kremlin's Human Rights Commissioner, who said he would investigate.
It's true, they cannot do their work now because they had to leave their office. But it's hard to believe that that was the aim of the Moscow municipality. The whole thing seems designed to cast the mayor in a bad light.
Non-governmental organizations believe that this campaign is focused on them, as hundreds of their premises have undergone searches. Golos is a team of election observers. It receives funds from abroad, and that makes the NGO a foreign agent under the law. Golos refused to register as such, so it has been temporarily suspended.
Right before the presidential election in March last year, we had to move offices. Can you imagine what that means? All our phones, all our documents. And it is where we worked with our volunteers. We had prepared everything for the election, and then they simply threw us out, in utter disregard of the law.
Late 2011 and early 2012 saw a wave of anti-government demonstrations. The authorities responded forcefully. Tens of thousands of people gathered in the heart of Moscow to call for freedom. They accused the authorities of election fraud and demanded fresh elections. Golos had identified numerous irregularities in both parliamentary and presidential elections. At the time, Golos received funds from organizations in Europe and the United States. Vladimir Putin claimed the Americans wanted to promote regime change in Russia and were using Russian NGOs to further that goal. Many NGOs are refusing to register as foreign agents, as required by the controversial law. They do not see themselves as spies or as acting for any foreign power. Ponomaryov has taken the issue to court. He says he is not politically active. All he does is fight for the rights of tenants, conscripts, and prisoners. He does not expect to win his case.
There is a clear hierarchy in Russia. State prosecutors and judges have to implement decisions taken right at the top. And the powers that be have long since decided that the NGOs should not win any of their court cases.
For now, Ponomaryov and his team can use the premises of another human rights organization. But they cannot get down to work yet. Lev Ponomaryov is defiant. He insists he is not a foreign agent and says he will never sign a document saying so.